Okay, so like, picture this. You're leading a team.
Yeah.
Deadlines are like right around the corner, and you just wish you had an extra pair of hands. Well, not even hands, an extra brain to like help with all the coding.
I feel that.
What if I told you that that's not science fiction anymore?
Oh, wow.
We're diving deep into Devika, this AI project that's aiming to be your new AI software engineer.
Yeah, so what's really cool about Devika is that it's not just spitting out code, you know?
Right?
It's actually built to understand what you need. It figures out the steps to make things happen.
Yeah, it's like a super smart intern
Yeah.
who can code like a pro.
It's like Coding Ninja.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the real like game changer. Devika is open source.
Whoa.
It's aiming to provide a real alternative to these commercial tools like Devin.
Yeah.
We're talking potentially like revolutionary tech that anyone can just use.
And I think that's what's really powerful about it is this huge leap in terms of accessibility.
Right.
So let's break it down a little. What can Devika actually do
Yeah.
and how does it work? It's magic.
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
You give Devika a high-level instruction like create a website for my bakery.
Right.
It actually gets it.
Ah,
So it's
I
like
understand.
it's using what's called a large language model or an LLM.
Uh-huh.
And so you can imagine like an AI that's read almost the entire internet.
Oh, wow.
And so it understands what a bakery website needs, right? Like it needs pages for the menu, it needs online ordering, maybe it even has like a sprinkle of customer reviews in there.
So it's not just spitting out lines of code, it's understanding the intent.
Absolutely.
Right.
It goes beyond just generating the code. It uses its LLM brain to break down the task, figure out what information it needs, and then goes out and finds it,
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
just like a human developer would.
So that's where the web browsing abilities come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can access and process information, research libraries, APIs, all those things we developers spend hours and hours on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Devika can do it in like a fraction of a second.
Okay, so we all know the tech world loves variety.
Can Devika code in like different languages, or is it just a one-trick pony?
Yeah, you're in luck.
Oh, good.
Devika is multilingual,
Nice.
so it can handle multiple programming languages,
Amazing.
which makes it a super versatile tool for any project that you're working on.
That's like music to a developer's ears.
Right.
But how do you interact with it? I'm picturing
Yeah.
like lines of complex code and, just cryptic commands.
Yeah, I know that's what you think, but that's the beauty of it.
Okay.
The interface is actually a natural language chat.
Oh, cool.
So think of it like having a conversation with a colleague, except this colleague happens to be an AI
Right.
that can write code.
So user-friendly and futuristic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to make it as easy as possible for people to interact with these powerful AI systems.
It sounds like Devika can already do a lot, even though it's in like early stages
Yeah, for
of
sure.
development.
From what I've seen, it can even tackle things like building simple games using Pig Game.
What?
There was a demo video that I saw where it built like a basic platformer game,
Oh, cool.
which is pretty impressive, I thought, for a project that's still under development.
Yeah, it's not just a theoretical concept. It's like actual results.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
seeing it.
It's not just hype.
Yeah.
It's actually happening.
So let's get under the hood for a minute.
Okay.
How does this work on a technical level?
So
What's the magic behind Devika?
at its core, Devika is powered by these LLMs we were talking about.
Okay.
They are the brains behind understanding your instructions
Right.
and writing human-like code.
But it's not just blindly following prompts. There's got to be more to it.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Devika also uses advanced AI planning and reasoning algorithms.
Wow.
So it's like it lays out a plan of attack before it starts coding.
So it's like having a project manager built into the AI coder.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It breaks down the task,
Yeah.
figures out the necessary steps, gathers the information, and then executes the plan.
That's so cool.
And that's what makes Devika more than just a code generator.
Right.
It's a problem solver.
Now, the tech landscape is constantly changing.
Always.
Is Devika designed to adapt and evolve?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's built to be extensible, meaning that developers can add new features and integrations in the future.
That's important.
Yeah, think of it like an ever-growing toolbox that's constantly updated with the latest and greatest advancements.
That makes sense, especially in the open source world.
Yeah.
Speaking of open source,
Hmm.
I understand Devika isn't limited to just one type of AI.
That's right.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so Devika is compatible with a variety of LLMs, including the big names like Claude 3, GPT-4, and Gemini.
Wow.
It can even use open source models through platforms like Olama.
It's like a universal
Right.
adapter, the
Exactly.
different AI flavors.
Yeah,
That's really cool. So you can use the AI that you're comfortable with or explore other new options.
for sure.
But let's talk practical application here.
Okay.
Like real-world scenarios where an organization might use Devika. What are those?
So imagine you need to quickly prototype a new feature for your app. Devika could whip up a basic version in no time, allowing you to get feedback and iterate faster.
It's a massive time saver.
Huge.
Instead of spending weeks building something, you can get a prototype in a fraction of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
What about those tedious, repetitive tasks that every developer hates?
Right. Those are prime candidates for automation with Devika.
Oh, for sure.
Free up your team to focus on more complex and creative problems while Devika handles the grunt work.
Happier developers, faster turnaround times. It's like a win-win.
Definitely.
Are there any other use cases that come to mind?
Yeah, so let's not forget about the skills gap that many companies are facing these days.
Uh-huh.
Devika could act as a virtual mentor for less experienced programmers.
So like an AI assistant guiding them while they're working on real projects.
Precisely.
That's cool.
This could help smaller teams take on more ambitious projects.
Right.
And empower individuals to learn and grow faster.
But we need to be realistic here.
Right.
You're about to say Devika's not going to replace human development. Okay, good.
It's crucial to remember that Devika is a tool,
Right.
not a replacement.
Uh-huh.
It's here to enhance human capabilities
Right.
and boost productivity, not to make developers obsolete.
It's all about collaboration.
Exactly.
So we can't just throw technology at a problem and expect it to magically fix everything.
Right.
There's always that human element involved.
For sure.
But for now, let's dream big.
Okay.
Where do you see all of this heading? What does the development of tools like Devika tell us about the future of software development?
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
We're seeing the lines between coding and instructing becoming blurred.
What?
Tools like Devika allow us to communicate our intentions in a more natural way, and we leave the intricate details to the AI.
So instead of writing line after line of code, we'll be having conversations with AI
Yeah.
and telling it what we want to achieve.
It's not as far-fetched as it sounds.
Yeah.
This shift could lead to a democratization of software development, where anyone with a great idea can bring it to life with the help of AI.
Imagine a world where anyone can create and innovate without needing years of training.
Yeah, that's a powerful thought.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
But as with any powerful tool, there are going to be challenges and questions.
Of course.
We need to address those.
Absolutely. And that leads us perfectly into the next part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
where we'll tackle some of those big questions head on.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I'm excited.
Me too. We've been painting this picture of AI, transforming software development,
Yeah.
making it accessible to everyone. But that raises a big question
It does.
about what happens to human developers
Right. Like what happens to
in this new world.
Yeah. Are we all out of jobs?
Yeah. Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
It's easy to get caught up in the AI hype and wonder if our jobs are going to disappear.
Yeah, for sure.
So what does the future hold for developers when AI can potentially do so much of the work?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
Okay.
And
I don't have a crystal ball, unfortunately.
Right.
But I think it's safe to say that the role of the developer is going to evolve.
Okay, so not out of a job,
Not necessarily.
but definitely a shift in focus.
Exactly.
Okay.
So think about it. Instead of spending countless hours writing basic code or debugging, minor errors,
Yeah.
developers can now focus on the high-level stuff
Okay.
that requires real creativity and problem-solving skills.
So things like designing complex systems, understanding user needs, and crafting elegant solutions.
Exactly. The things that AI isn't quite ready to handle on its own.
Right. Those uniquely human skills.
Right, exactly. Humans excel at things like empathy and intuition and understanding the nuances of user experience.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
But let's be honest, not every developer is going to be thrilled about AI changing their job.
for sure.
There's bound to be some anxiety around this whole thing.
Yeah, and that's completely understandable. Change can be daunting.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to view this shift as an opportunity.
Okay. I like that. AI can free us from the mundane, repetitive tasks, allowing us to really focus on the aspects of development that are truly engaging and impactful.
It's like AI is taking care of all the grunt work,
Yeah.
leaving us humans to do the thinking and the creating and the problem solving.
I love that analogy.
Thanks.
But remember, AI is a tool,
Right.
and it's only as good as the person wielding it.
So we still need those skilled humans.
Exactly. This means that developers will need to develop new skills to effectively collaborate with AI.
Okay, so beyond like understanding how to use AI tools, what else is going to be crucial for developers in this new era?
I think we'll see a huge demand for developers who can really bridge the gap between humans and AI.
Okay.
People who can clearly articulate their vision,
Uh,
provide the right guidance to the AI systems,
Yeah.
and really understand the limitations and potential biases of AI.
So it's not just about being a great coder anymore. It's about being a great communicator and a strategic thinker.
Exactly. It's almost like being an AI whisperer.
I like
Right?
that. An AI whisperer.
And let's not forget about the importance of continuous learning.
Right.
The field of AI is constantly evolving.
Always changing.
Yeah, so developers need to be adaptable and embrace new tools and techniques.
So it sounds like the future of software development is all about humans and AI working together.
Yeah.
Leveraging each other's strengths to achieve things that neither could do alone.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, thanks.
This collaboration is incredibly exciting,
It is.
but it also brings up some important considerations
Yeah.
as we integrate AI more deeply into our workflows.
What are some of those things we need to be thinking about?
Yeah, so one crucial aspect is transparency.
Okay.
As AI systems become more complex, it can be difficult to understand how they make decisions.
Right. So like if Devika generates a piece of code that causes a problem,
Right,
how do we trace back why it made that decision?
exactly. How do we ensure accountability?
Yeah.
That's a great point. We need to develop mechanisms for auditing and explaining AI decisions so we can understand how they work
Right.
and identify potential areas for improvement.
So it's almost like we need to be able to look inside the AI's brain
Yeah,
and see its thought process.
that's a good way to put it. This is especially important when AI is being used in critical applications,
Yeah.
like healthcare or
Yeah.
finance or transportation.
Right, where the stakes are higher.
Exactly, where the consequences of an error could be significant.
Yeah. Reliability and safety are super important.
Absolutely. And as AI evolves, we need to be vigilant
Uh-huh.
about ensuring that it's used responsibly and ethically.
That brings up another important point, the potential for AI to be misused. How do we prevent that?
Yeah, it all comes down to establishing clear guidelines
Okay.
and ethical frameworks for AI development and deployment.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that AI is used for good to benefit society
Right.
and not to cause harm,
It sounds like there's a lot of work to be done both on the technical side and on the ethical side
for sure.
to make sure that AI is used responsibly and for the greater good.
Definitely. But the good news is that these conversations are happening now.
That's good.
We're aware of the potential challenges,
Okay.
and we're actively searching for solutions.
It's a reminder that technology is a tool,
Right.
and ultimately we decide how we use it.
Yeah,
We have the power to shape the future of AI
absolutely.
and ensure that it's a positive force for change.
Well said. And that brings us back to the heart of this deep dive,
Okay.
Devika.
Yeah.
What does all of this mean for our listeners?
Right. What does this actually mean for the people listening?
How can they prepare for a future where AI is increasingly a part of software development?
That's the question we'll be tackling in our final segment.
Yeah.
So stick with us, folks.
We're about to get practical.
We're going to explore how you can harness the power of AI in your own work. Okay, so we've gone through like all the cool things Devika can do. We've
Yeah.
looked at how it works,
Right.
and we've kind of explored how AI is changing software development.
Right. But how do we actually apply this?
Yeah, like what does this mean for you listening right now?
Yeah, so it's about recognizing that AI isn't just some like trendy buzzword.
Right.
It's like this powerful thing that's here to stay.
Uh-huh.
Tools like Devika are like a sneak peek into the future of software development, where it becomes more accessible, efficient, and powerful.
It's like that moment when you realize you don't have to do everything manually anymore.
Yeah,
There's like a smarter way.
exactly.
So no more ignoring AI, right? We got to like figure out how to use it.
Yeah, ride that wave.
Yeah, ride the wave.
Harness that power.
Harness the power.
Yeah.
So the first step is to understand what AI can do for you,
Right.
for your organization.
Think about your current development process.
Okay.
The bottlenecks, the repetitive tasks, all the things that just drain your team's time and energy.
Identify those pain points,
Yeah.
because those are the perfect spots for AI.
Exactly. That's where AI can make the biggest difference.
Right.
And it could be something as simple as automating code reviews or using AI to generate like basic code,
Right.
freeing up your developers to focus on more creative stuff.
Yeah, the important stuff.
Exactly.
And Devika is open source,
Right.
so it's accessible to organizations of any size.
That's what makes this so exciting. AI tools are no longer just for the big tech companies.
Yeah, it's true.
Smaller companies, startups, even individual developers can leverage this tech.
It's really cool.
It's a true democratization of innovation.
So no more excuses.
Yep.
The tools are there, the potential is there.
Right.
But before we all jump into AI head first,
Right.
there are a few things to keep in mind.
Of course, AI is powerful, but it's not magic.
Right.
It won't solve every problem immediately.
So don't expect to, throw Devika at a project and have it write perfect code.
Right.
We still need a plan. We need human oversight.
Absolutely. You still need humans in the loop,
Right.
guiding the process, providing that strategic direction.
And like we said earlier, never forget the human element.
Right.
AI is great at automating tasks,
Yes.
crunching data,
Super efficient.
but it can't replace human creativity and intuition and problem solving.
It's about finding that balance,
Yeah.
that synergy between human ingenuity and AI's capabilities.
It's like this awesome team
Yeah.
working together to do incredible things.
Exactly. And as we embrace this AI future, we can't forget about the ethical stuff we talked about.
Right. Transparency, accountability, using AI responsibly. Those are all really important.
Absolutely. We want to use AI to make things better.
Yeah.
Not worse.
So to wrap things up,
Okay.
I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
If you had Devika on your team,
Right.
what would you create?
What amazing things could you build?
Yeah, what problems could you solve?
The possibilities are endless.
That's it for our deep dive into Devika and the future of software development.
Yeah.
We hope you learned some cool stuff and that you're feeling inspired.
To explore AI.
Yeah, to explore AI.
Keep learning. Keep experimenting.
Keep pushing those boundaries.
The future is exciting.
And we can all be part of shaping it. Thanks for joining us.
It's been fun.